everyone, and welcome to another book review. First, I would like to apologize about the way this sounds, like the way I'm talking and stuff. My allergies have been straight up taking me out. Like, it's been bad. And I just came from the Mothman Festival from this weekend, and it was super duper fun. But as traveling through state, I do not understand why my allergies decided to just attack me out of nowhere. But I have just finished reading A Game of Fate. As you all know from my last review, I'm reading this series, Persephone's point of view and then Hades' point of view in order. That's how they're supposed to be read. I haven't finished my reading journal yet about this book, so I literally just finished it. So how this is obviously Persephone's point of view. I talked about this one in my last review. This is Hades' point of view. If you're wondering what these tabs are, they're on each book. They are the tandem reads for when I read it, when I decide to read the series again. I didn't do it this time. Next time I'll record reading it tandem. The rest of the tabs are, the deep blue is the tandem in quotes, the pink are details, and the black is romance, which should have been opposite, but as you can see, there is a lot of black tabs because Hades' point of view is a lot more sexual than how Persephone's saw it. So that was actually pretty interesting. The Hades one is a little bit like 100 pages more, or like close to it. So Persephone's, in her book, is more about her needing freedom from her mother, and it is like it has the dark romance touches. It is enemies to lovers in hers. I do not see it enemies to lovers in the second book, Hades' point of view. Obviously, it's a forbidden romance, and there's like, it gets really funny. I didn't tab those, and I should have tabbed it for when it was funny, but I didn't. But this was really good. Let's see. A lot of romance. Let me tell you, this writer knows exactly how a man thinks, because this is how she portrayed him, as a man with sexual desires. Obviously women have them too, but I'm talking, this one was 10 times more sexualized, and it does have a lot of funny, and it has like, when you go into the book, you're like, I don't want to read like the same story twice, right? It's not like that. It actually doesn't feel like you're reading the same story twice at all. But it is like so good. Like, this series, 10 out of 10 so far. 10 out of 10. I got 3 more books to get in this series till I can read it, and it will be a while before I can finish a series, so I'll move on to a different book I have till I can get the next 3. I have book 6, but I need to get the next 3 in the series before book 7 comes out in March, which I probably definitely will get before then. This is a really good Hades and Persephone story so far to me. Though there was some annoying parts in this book, as in this book there was like a slight difference. Like this is like a spoiler alert, but he does buy her an engagement ring in which it doesn't say anything after that. Because like he gets the engagement ring and then he gives it back because then Hades and him kind of like, he keeps his distance from her for a bit as her powers awakening. Like they have this whole big shabagle, and he gives the engagement ring back, and then after that it hasn't said anymore else. So like I want to read what happened, what's going to happen. I will give you a quote. Take her and I will destroy this world. Take her and I will destroy you. Take her and I will end us all. Now that is the quote that they gave on the back of the book too. And it was mainly while he was talking about the fates, how the fates could easily take her away, but they are getting it on at the moment when he's thinking that. They did have some details on like the other gods, the engagement ring, stuff like that. Something else, like if you do not know the stories of Persephone and Hades, she is quoted as the god of spring, but she is also the god of fertility. Hades is not able to conceive children. That was something he gambled a long time ago. Well, the first few times they had, gotten it on, he did not do it inside of her, right? Well, I marked the page that he did, and he did it like twice. It was definitely more than twice. I see all the black marks on here. But like, see the pages of where he'd done it inside of her? Out of the first time on page 319. So I was wondering what the next book is going to be. This made a little bit no sense about this. Maybe it's because her powers hadn't awakened yet, because from what I know is she is the god of infertility. So we'll have to figure that out in the next book, which I want to read so bad, but I have to wait because I don't have the money to go out and buy more books. I was gifted a book that's coming in the mail and a few more books like for Christmas and stuff, but right now currently I can't get any more. So it'll be a minute before I can finish the series. It'll be a minute. But am I excited? Yes, I am. Like, this book, go out, read them. Read them. If you're wondering what the tandem read is you will read the first book. And then when you hit a certain chapter, you have to go online to figure out when to tandem read. But then you'll read, it gets to chapter 2. When you read chapter 1 through 2, and you get done with 2, you go to book 2 and you read 1 to 2. Then once you get to chapter 3, you read till chapter 3 and 4 in this one. So I have them marked in good. So when I decide to read again with the tandem, I didn't highlight as much in this book as I did in this one, because mainly the first time I got to the sexual stuff I highlighted, and then also my highlighters are kind of like dying, so I need to go buy more highlighters. Which I did find some good ones at Wally World, and I am hoping once I get them, they don't bleed through the pages, so I will cry. But go read these books. Like, these were worth my time. If they wasn't worth my time, I promise you I would have DNF'd it like that. I love books, but I also love buying books, and if I don't want to read it, if I do not like it, I send it to McKay's That way I can get more books. So I can get my K cash, which is a lot more than actual cash that they give you, and I'll be able to get more books. This series I definitely want to finish. This author did like a really good job with her writing. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't notice any mistakes. Though I will say, instead of saying like his C-O-C-K or her, you know, cooch, they use sex a lot, which is correct, obviously, but it was used a lot, and it was like a few times they said C-O-C-K, and they never said like her cooch. Other than that, I have not really any complaints. Honestly, this was so good. So good. It was worth my time. It was worth my time, and now these will go into my shelf, and I will pick my next TBR read from the mystery TBR jar. So, if you like it, if you like the video, the review, I know I'm bad at reviews. You don't need to comment it or anything. I know I'm bad at them. This is my personal opinion. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Just comment below on what you think of the book if you've read it and things like that. So other than that, goodbye and have a great day. Bye.